We are recording on the 25th. Technically 26th, but fine. Say
25th of November. But do we time travel?
Time is relative. We're gonna converge again next week.
Okay. Wait, isn't that the plot of God of War? Time travel. He did technically yes in as well. He just talks about time travel, but technically he didn't time travel. I mean, in the second game of the original PlayStation 2 release, yes.
Okay. That explains a lot because I remember Mimir asking about old man Kratos. Did you travel through time? And he just sheepishly answered maybe or something like that. They didn't diverge into time shenanigans.
He did also say, he sheepishly say, I went to many tournaments. Which canonically makes Sackboy the most powerful being in the Sonyverse.
I mean, okay, you have your Sackboy, I raise my Parappa the rapper. You gotta believe!
My God, imagine the most scariest person in the whole of Sonyverse, guy. If you put in the clickers and all, it's actually Peppa the rapper.
You gonna do what? I gonna do what?
No. So we're gonna start with a plead for All-Star Warriors 2 lah. Okay.
Oh my God.
My God. That's how we're gonna start, baby.
Oh man. Now I remember that game starts with the licensed music. Cannot.
Oh yeah, it's copyrighted free. It's copyrighted. No,
it started with the licensed music. That licensed music is very good. Shout out to Medion. Anyway, welcome to dia.log, Game Matters Podcast.
Episode number
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hey.
Say it with me. 1, 2, 3.
No, that's also copyrighted as well.
That's why I sing it. Not. There's no backing track whatsoever. Episode 1, 2, 3. Technically recorded on 25th November.
Technically,
yes. But as alluded earlier, we may have time travel shenanigans. We will travel further into the future and have parts of it into this podcast, but you'll hear it when you know.
You know when you know, basically.
Yeah. Things are complicated because technically this is the last normal episode of dia.log, and apparently in like 2 more weeks, is it? Or 1 more week? Something.
2 more weeks. Something will happen.
More games that we are excited to play, or some of us are playing. We need to discuss those on the podcast, but this is the last episode. So through time travel shenanigans, we will make it so. We will have it happen. So don't worry. It's an edit. You don't know. But anyway, introducing the panel, we have Danial over there.
Hello.
On the other side is Anan.
It's and
I am Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, and we have a podcast. We have to talk about things, about video games. Some of them we will talk in the future, but you will hear it in this episode. Others we will talk right now. So what do you guys want to talk right now?
Video games?
Yeah. Oh yeah, now that let me add.
Okay. So
right.
Video games.
Okay, video games. Do you want to start with video games or
video games?
Video games.
Video games or video games?
Let's start with the one without needing any time travel shenanigans. Let's start with, I don't know, is your topic a video game? I have no idea.
Okay, let's talk about a short view back to the past, shall we?
Gentlemen. A short view back to the past.
Okay, so back in the early days of 8th gen or 7th gen, what was...
I lost count.
360?
I lost count.
Yeah,
back then,
Yeah, let's say 7 Jan. Okay. Back then kan, if you want a game based on a yearly punya benda, like 4 years, every 4 years, you have to wait at least end of the year, and you have to pay $40, $40 to $60 or 300 ringgit or 20, depends on the currency lah, to play basically football, but special because you can play as your national team. You know, the World Cup modes. Tapi paid. You know, paid lah. You have to pay for the... Weirdly enough, kan, people miss that for some reason. Like, people miss having to pay shit.
What?
So lah, pelik. Tak faham. Tapi, okay. So, for this year, for this edition kan, both, I guess the final two footballing series in the market kan, so basically eFootball and FIFA, they have come up with their own version of the World Cup thingy. So both of them has the World Cup, both of them has, you know, teams you can play and all. So I, as a, you know, a concerned reviewer, decides to try both of them for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So which one do you want? Do you want the American one or the Japanese one?
Let's start closer to home.
So Japan one, okay. eFootball or PES kan? So eFootball or PES, as they're formerly known, is a free-to-play game. Let's just get it out of the way. It's a free-to-play game, and I guess like for this update, they call it the World Cup update. Oh, they didn't call it what? They call it the International Tournament Update.
Oh my god, they didn't get the license.
For copyright reason, they call it the International Cup Tournament. Yeah, that's the update, you know.
Good.
I just remember that.
Can we have World Cup? We have World Cup at home.
But, okay, they have something that I think FIFA lacks, is that, ironically enough, since they are doing this fictional league, they can have all 156 soccer football teams, all national teams from 156 countries. So you have your usual suspects: England, Germany, Argentina, Japan. But
I see Malaysia in the banner there.
Yes.
Oh lord, Japan, Malaysia, South Korea, Thailand. Oh my god.
Yeah, they had. Ironically enough, the World Cup version of FIFA, we'll get to that later. Tapi this is the only mode where you can play as Malaysia. Like legit, all 22 of them players. So 11 main, 11 subs. All of them are licensed, but without the face, only the names, because it's a FIFA Pro thing, I think. You only license the name, but you cannot get the face, right? Unless that player that is from a licensed club, like, I don't know, Johor Darul Takzim. Licensed club, and they get the faces already. So, and their international world tournament is actually a recreation of the World Cup. Basically, you replace one team from the roster that is already qualified. So let's say Malaysia, they will replace Tunisia, or Australia, depends on the region that you change. And then you play the World Cup from the group stage to the semi-finals, to the quarterfinals and the finals. And if you win the World Cup, you will get like 1 million credits that you can spend on the game, where you can buy more players for your dream team, their version of ultimate team, which I think is pretty good. Incentive to play the World Cup. You didn't have to pay. Yeah, basically you don't have to pay anything, and you can play as your national team. You can play as your striker, your heroes, if you watch local football anyway. and then there's an initiative to finish, because then you can fix your elder team, because that's the thing people play nowadays, ultimate team. So if I want to give a rating, a 7. Pretty good, a 7. It does the job. It is a World Cup national anthem from Nadia.
So negaraku does play if you win.
Just a fraction of it lah.
But you can hear parts of negaraku.
Yeah lah.
Just enough to know that's negaraku.
Yep, exactly.
Just
Even the Thailand, Indonesia as well, and Thailand, if you choose to play them. Yeah, like they license the only few parts that makes it like macam authentic. Like, oh, okay, the national anthems, the bajus and all. So yeah, 7 out of 10, not bad.
I'm surprised
So
that despite not having the World Cup license, they make do with quite a lot. Okay, good to know.
Oh, so here comes the disappointing part. the official quote unquote FIFA version. Okay, so alright, the pros is again, it is FIFA again, so very
Polish.
good. Polish, whatever. But you also get the same thing like national anthems for only the 20 teams that qualified, not the at least 100-ish. That's in that's in PES.
So that should be 32 teams?
Yeah, only 32 teams, yep.
Uh-huh.
And my issue is that it's all on Ultimate Team now, because for PES 1 you can actually play offline, relatively offline now, without playing Ultimate Team at all. So you have to play for this. You have to play with other players. so if you have the let's say the disadvantage of having to play a guy who has, let's say, a 99 Ronaldo or Messi, well, that's already a loss.
Yeah.
Good luck, basically. Oh my god. That's my problem, because it's this one, even though it is World Cup, right? Tapi it's very tied to Ultimate Team that you have to fight, not AI, but actual players. So let's say if you play there, because there is a mode called like Control Your Destiny, so benda-benda like the World Cup thingy, but you play as let's say Costa Rica, so you only play Costa Rica, and if you play some guy in the Argentina camp, and Iraq, the funny that happened at the first group stage where one team got lost to 7-0.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. You're gonna lose. Yeah, you're gonna lose. I think you can start every time, tapi do you want to play Costa Rica again after this?
Okay, double check. Are you sure it's just only online?
I think I did offline, because I haven't played that much on it. I only played like just a few team mode lah.
Because I'm checking the website right now, I do see there is an option for a custom tournament where you can replace one.
Okay, there we go.
You can replace one of the teams. Oh no, you can replace the teams in the current World Cup 32 again. You can replace them. So and get other teams that didn't make it. At least they say in the blurb. Okay, bump that score just a little bit then.
Yeah. I think, because I already saw the trailer. From the trailer, they say like only Ultimate Team, so I guess they only focus on the FUT mode. Tapi tak ada Malaysia. As a local, the unbiased local here in IMI, they don't have Malaysia. I'm sorry.
But in
I think I don't think they only recently got Japan as well. Because at launch, Japan wasn't there.
Oh.
Yeah. That's like Japan wasn't there at launch. And they just added, thanks to the World Cup update, now we can see Japan. Because I think it was licensed to PES.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, of course, the national team gets weirdly enough. I mean, like for FIFA, cerita lah. It is okay. Ball flies, yes. Oh yeah, there's one thing I just realized that is so weird about about FIFA and PES kan. PES is 10 minutes. Well, FIFA is only 5. Kalau like for this modes. But for PES, weirdly enough, you don't feel 5 like it's 10 minutes. It feels like it's 5. What is this type of discrepancy? Mm,
So what
that's
does it say? What does that say about eFootball's gameplay?
engaging then? If 10 minutes boleh berlalu like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've just noticed it when I was playing. Yeah, the international tournament mode.
Mhm.
Yeah, like 10 minutes because it was locked to 10 minutes, but I don't feel like it's 10 minutes. That is an interesting note about the two footballing games on the market. Oh yeah, one more thing. One more weird thing. Since that's the dream thing, and you can also roll because speaking of FET, can the eFootball version of FET Football Ultimate Team, their dream team, you can actually join. You can actually scout for Malaysian players as well. For those 22 that I just named, and those 22, you can roll them, and they have actually pretty good stats. Okay, take a guess. How much? What Let's say a striker. Where do we stand?
76.
Correct.
Aha!
We're not that bad.
Perfect number.
Yeah, weirdly enough, yeah.
Nah.
The striker, I think Safawi, 76. That's one of our top strikers, 76. Okay.
Nothing to
Iran,
do. Okay.
nothing. Iran 1985. Yeah, because they are in the World Cup, so they get the buff. Indonesia 70 because we did beat them recently in the AFC qualifiers, so they got only 70. Singapore doesn't get any. They only like 60 something. Well, Thailand is 60. Thailand can go 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they almost got qualified to the World Cup. Thailand.
Oh, they did.
Yes, it was that close.
How
Iran,
close?
Yeah, between Iran and Thailand. Yeah.
Oh man, it could have been Iran beating Wales.
It could have been, yeah,
it could have been Thailand
yeah.
beating Wales.
That's why. I don't think it was that good. Yeah, Thailand was actually that good, but we lost. I think like in the semis. Because Iran too good.
Fair enough lah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my like at the review, like short review of both World Cup modes. And
what's the score for FIFA?
I was got FIFA 6. The one is for national pride. You used to back in the Xbox 360 days, the 2010 2014 World Cups, you can play as Malaysia and then do the run basically from AFC qualifiers to the World Cup. But nowadays, you can't.
Challenge difficulty extreme.
Ayo. Yeah, so 6-7, congrats to PES. Probably your only wins of this season.
I'm surprised.
Unofficially. And I think that is it. That is our yearly World Cup. 4 yearly World Cup because we didn't do that. Did we? No, we started in 2018. We didn't do any World Cup stuff in 2018.
No. You have to wait another 4 years. See you guys next 4 seasons. That is season 9?
Season 9?
Don't time travel just yet. Oh man, that's gonna be a long one if we can get there. Yeah.
By then we'll be playing the World Cup VR mode, and then we say, we can literally play as one of the players. You never know.
That would be a wild time. So, where do we go next?
Where do we go next? What turn shall we take for next round?
I don't know. It's dark, but my eyes are blinded.
Oh no.
Look down. Look at your hand right now.
No. Yeah. Look down. Gains of FPS. Gains of FPS by looking down.
Also, have you seen down there? Your hand is filled with cards. Draw one.
Draw one.
What does it come out?
I only have 8 cards. Macam mana ni? Is this Uno?
No, just play one. just play one. It all says the same thing.
Oh no, it's about to say Uno game. Wait, I'm playing the wrong game, am I?
The world is ending and now you play Uno. Oh man.
Isn't that how you? I wouldn't mind going like that, just playing for Uno at the end of the universe.
But not these heroes. These Marvel heroes. God damn it! I need to set that up. Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Ah yes.
There you go.
Wait, is this well on? Yeah, before is this the third Marvel game in 3 years?
Before we have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and then we have Marvel's Avengers.
Yep, yeah, third game of the year, third Marvel game in a row.
When was Marvel Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah, 2018.
And Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
2020, yeah, fifth game actually. Yeah, it's actually the fifth game.
I mean, does Iron Man VR count?
Yes, that's Marvel as Iron
Marvel
Man.
IP, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that counts. And that actually counts. Even though EA is making another Iron Man game later, no, this one also counts. That one too. So yeah, there are a few Marvel games right now. All of them are like doing different things. So I think this.
Yeah.
But Midnight Suns is by far the most different of them all. Because surprisingly, no, it's not XCOM. First things first, this is not XCOM. This is by the makers of XCOM, and if you have played an XCOM game before, XCOM 2, any of the expansions, right? Even XCOM Chimera Squad. If you played those games, you can find like the thorough lines, some of the Phyrexis touch between them. You will notice some things that kind of carry overs from those games. But mechanically, the way you fight is totally not XCOM. So put that out of the way. It's less of a strategy game, more like a strategy RPG.
I see.
Strong emphasis with RPG. And that RPG side is the most surprising thing. I was surprised that Phyrexis managed to pull off doing an RPG while still maintaining their strategy focus. It's a surprise twist. So let's back it up a bit. What do you guys know about Midnight Suns and Marvel as in general first?
Midnight Suns, since I'm like a on and off again Marvel fan, Midnight Suns is macam like isn't it like the supernatural part of the Marvel basically? If anything, like Blade, situ lah. He'll go there.
Anand, do you have any idea before this?
I know. If I know one thing about Marvel, that they're one-liners.
Yes, the one like iconic one-liners.
Like for me, I'm like ambivalent towards Marvel games and Marvel in general. I kind of watch some of the MCU stuff, but I'm not like properly followed them. Mostly, I gathered my knowledge of Marvel things via osmosis, like people talking about other people talking about this is Spider-Man like this, Iron Man's like this, Captain America's like this. Okay.
It's too mainstream for me to like. Maybe no.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like it's pop culture to the point that it's getting near general knowledge these days. Like this. It's
the new Star Wars.
It's the new Star Wars, yeah. Ironically enough, owned by the guys who also own Star Wars, so double whammy.
Under the same roof.
Yeah.
So,
like downstairs, yeah. Star Wars upstairs, you guys are downstairs. Next office.
Okay, so here's the fascinating fact I discovered. First thing, Midnight Suns previously was spelled with an O. Midnight Suns. Male children
of the midnight.
Children of the midnight, yeah. That's hence why late.
Technically, Children of the Midnight Suns, the full names. Rise of the Midnight Suns. There are like different comic runs with those names.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is all the cast are basically dudes. Male only.
Yep.
So
but that's not progressive enough.
Okay, you can see it that way. I'm sure some people have already taken that stance, but the idea of making it SU, changing that one letter off, it makes me more reminds me more how Phyrexis used to recreate XCOM. XCOM was first spelled with a dash. They removed the dash.
XCOM, yeah.
So this time they are reimagining the Midnight Suns, but now with a U. So I kind of like take it that way, as in like, oh, we're gonna put our own stamp towards the Marvel Universe in that way. And apparently, the new run of Midnight Suns adapting with the new spelling as well. So they are now more inclusive in that way as well. So it feels not. It's not just for that. Even Marvel themselves are like pivoting toward this. So here's the thing about Midnight Suns. The cast of characters that you'll see in this game is a good mix of very obscure picks and also the mainstream of most mainstream Marvel heroes. Name a mainstream Marvel hero at the top of your head.
Right now,
Captain America.
yeah, Captain America, Iron Man.
Yep, both of them are there.
Yep.
What
Spider-Man.
else? Spider-Man there.
Superman.
Yeah, the four, the big three basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody wants the pajamas of these three. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and also Spider-Man is not exclusive to PlayStation this time.
Oh yeah, is it the first time?
Oh yeah. Apparently, this Marvel said, okay, you want Spider-Man, take Spider-Man.
Oh, that's groundbreaking stuff, everybody. We finally get Spider-Man on Xbox.
Man, this is not Avengers, man.
This is the Midnight Suns.
But technically, this is Avengers. Because
basically yesin.
like I'm not kidding you. The roster of playable characters, half of them are technically Avengers, half of them are the Midnight Suns, and at least two of them are kind of like the odd person out. Spider-Man and Wolverine technically are not in either camps. So, yeah. Apparently this is an Avengers game in hidden in plain sight.
Wow.
And
but they also have the obscure. I think that for modern day it's quite obscure. Like Blade, my boy Blade.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it is totally obscure. I have no idea who Nico Minoru was.
How dare you?
I genuinely don't know.
Only the 90s kid. The 90s kid yang suka B movies who would know who Blade is.
But playing Midnight Suns, because this is an RPG, a Western RPG, and you know how the style of BioWare RPGs are like, right? Like you meet a companion, you learn about them, you discover their origin story. Yeah, I totally learned Nico Minoru's origin story and how she takes all in this game. Like, she was part of the Runaways. Why they're called the Runaways? Because they were running away from home. Because they were all children with superpowers and their parents are evil. And, like, want to kill them for whatever reason. So, yeah. And and they explain the lore. And if you know your Marvel lore, I think you will just like, oh yeah, I know this bit. Like, the fact that the way this is not like other Marvel games that try to like, oh, this is a different interpretation of this character. No, they play it straight. Like Captain America is that dude that was injected with something. He was in the Super Soldier program, and then he was cryostasis. He came out in World War II out of his time, and now he becomes a very iconic hero, but he keeps his head down. So yeah, basically Captain America in general, and that's Captain America in Midnight Suns. But then you have your obscure characters that like Nico. You have like all the Midnight Suns are technically the obscure guys. The core characters are Blade. Blade is sort of in the fringes of obscurity. I think he's gonna be popular soon. And you have Nico. You have Magic. Magic is quite a surprise. One of my favorite characters so far, because I have no idea who she is, and she is like, okay, oh, you this Russian stings a lot. Okay, cool. And then you have another Ghost Rider, the newest one, Robbie Reyes.
Yeah. The new I think it's like 616. I think it's already really weird. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I like hanging out with Robbie because he kind of feels insecure about himself because the Avengers now here and they're all like established heroes and I'm just like a ghost. People don't. He kind of feels like left out because he's like being ghosted. Haha, Ghost Rider.
Haha.
Johnny Blaze, haha.
Haha.
But
No, not Johnny Blaze then. This is the new.
this is the new one. But he's like he's a bit not confident, right? But then he turns he calls his spark of vengeance. That's the thing, right? He becomes that skeleton with fire, and then becomes like prepare for judgment. Flips.
Oh yeah.
I think that
Looks at guy until he dies.
no, literally that's one of his powers. It's called judgment or something. He literally looks at that guy and then he goes in fire and then everything around that guy, the enemy explodes. That's an ability.
Basically dies. Yeah, basically just dies.
He just looks. Speaking of abilities, yes, the game is card based, but in terms of it's not as overwhelming as you might expect. Like this is not a proper card game in a way like Magic the Gathering or whatever.
Marvel Snap, the new one thing.
Marvel Snap I think is too simple. So it's still simple enough for someone like me who does not like playing cards or card games in any form. Kind of like get into the rhythm. The fact that each character can only have 8 cards, 8 abilities. So at any moment, you start every encounter with 5 cards, and then you get 3 more every time, and then you can have more cards in different ways lah. Some you can have abilities that you play the ability, you get 1 more card or something like that. But by having like 8 abilities, 8 cards basically, and you have 3 characters that you can play as in each combat encounter. So 8 times 3, 24 cards at play only. 24 cards is not that much. Like in 3 or 4 turns, you will cycle back and see the last card that you have played come back into your hand. So essentially, it is the way it feels like you can control it a bit, and you can also like carry duplicates of the same cards. Like if you like that one ability so much, and you can bring 2, 3, or 4, but maximum 4.
Maximum 4.
Because there is like limitations on how you can build your deck. Like the cards are divided into 3 types. One is an attack card. It will always do damage. How it does damage, they will have different properties. The other is a skill card. Will not do damage, but it will give you buff or do some debuff or what other properties. And then the other is the heroic card, which is technically your special meter, the special ability. It requires another resource. That resource can begin by playing the attack and skill card. So the flow of playing this card is you attack a bit, you do some skills, and gain enough of your meter, the heroism, they call it.
Heroism.
You collect heroism when you play those two types of cards, and then you play your heroic cards. That's your strong ability. Like for Iron Man, he will go fly up in the sky, and depending on how many cards, there are a few hero abilities. This is one I described that you will get early on. So you go fly up in the sky, and depending on how many Iron Man cards that you have been holding for now, you can attack that many times. So if you have 4 Iron Man cards in your hand right now, you will attack 4 times. So now you see some of the depth. Like Iron Man is kind of bit the way he plays fits his character. Like he always like no, I can do this, I handle this, I'll do this myself. So a lot of his abilities requires you to have a lot of Iron Man cards at hand, so that he will do all the fighting. Some other characters like Spider-Man, you know how Spider-Man is like nimble and likes to jump around, and he fights less with power but more with intelligence, right? He use all the ability, the items around the area, right? So he gets an advantage for a lot of abilities that boost his attacks that uses those kind of things. So he's much more effective, like throwing stuff to enemies rather than doing straight damage. And he can also like use his web powers to bind people so they will not act at distance. So basically, there's a boss hero. You don't want them to attack this turn, bind them with the web throw. I think one of the ability is literally called to make that sound. Like Captain America, he's the oh no, he takes the damage. He has his shield, right?
The tank,
He's
the tank boy.
he's tank boy. He can taunt every enemies to him so they can attack him, and then he can, because he has a shield, he can also gain another F bar, the block bar. And then there are also like skill cards where if you play those cards, you get more cards because, you know, he's a master tactician. He has a lot of strategies in him, so he has a lot more opportunities to play more cards. So yeah, you can see that there's very good design of this Marvel hero. We are pushing their playstyle to match their character. So now you know, like, okay, this character is like this, okay, this character is like that. Despite having like random the cards are random, but most of the abilities are defined. As in, if you look at the card description, says at damage 69, you will attack with 69 damage. You will know that. You will not have to guess. Everything is defined there. Except there is one character whose main trick is all about RNG.
No.
It's take a guess.
Deadpool? Kan, I saw Deadpool kan. Is it him?
Deadpool is in DLC.
Damn.
He'll appear. I'm looking forward to see how he joins the squad. Like, oh my god.
Barges into for like yeah, I'm the DLC. What?
Yeah. Breaking the fourth wall, the first second.
Yo, you bought me? Awesome.
Yo, you bought me, nice.
Yo, thanks for the DLC, bro.
Totally.
Thanks for $10, sucker.
I will report back and see how it goes with Deadpool. Oh yeah, but the character is Nico. Nico has the ability to summon magical powers, but she's very powerful, but also she is unwieldy with controlling her powers, and hence it's being manifested with her cards having the roulette keyword, which is it has a variable, or let's say some of them have variable damage, so maybe in the range of half of your attack or normal attack or double your attack, something like that. But when you draw the card, it will not say randomly no, it will define that trait. So when you draw it, you get full attack. Okay, good draw. Sometimes you will get the same card with half of the normal attack. Bad draw, redraw. Also, yes, you can redraw cards. Like, a card game. So like, okay, I don't have a good card to play. Okay, redraw one. Or maybe redraw two. Or if you have Iron Man there, if you redraw the cards, it'll make the card stronger. Because, I don't know, maybe he likes to charge his weapons. So, use that redraw source. And his attacks get stronger or add more properties. So, the combat works so well. Like, I definitely like how, despite it being like maybe like a curve of learning to like get a grasp on how it works, but when you understand that it works perfectly, everything is just literally in your hand. Like I do have like some encounters where the RNG didn't go my way and I don't have the right cards to play and die, and that's game over and I have to restart. No, there's no like game over lah this time around. But permadeath, there's no permadeath. This is not XCOM. But it's still doable, just very, very hard. Like, please do not bring Nico and Doctor Strange in the same team. Because both of them are support characters. They have like abilities that enhances some other characters, but they themselves don't deal strong damage. I learned the hard way. So yeah. But still it's possible. to finish a mission with those two in the team. It's just very, very hard. So the flow of the game is like every morning you wake up. Oh, I should mention, you play as a character. There is a player character there. They are called the hunter. You can play as a male hunter or female hunter. I think the male hunter might be voiced by Matt Mercer. I haven't checked the credits. I could be wrong. But the delivery is very, very Matt Mercer-ish. Like the fact that he had the hunter. How do I explain it? I need to explain it by explaining the story first. The story starts with Hydra, aka Marvel Nazi.
Yes.
They resurrected an evil called Lilith. Lilith, the mother of demons.
Yes, Diablo 2.
And this is a very serious threat that even the Avengers cannot fight. So they went to the Midnight Suns, and because they know within the Midnight Suns there is a character, there is a person that have defeated Lilith before, and that person is the hunter, who was also dead and has to be resurrected. Also, the hunter is the hold on. Lilith is the mother of the hunter. Yes, I am playing a game about gods and have family issues again, back to back. Last time there were daddy issues. This time I play with mommy issues. Like, oh my god.
The parental issue.
The fun thing because Lilith keeps on calling her minions her children, and her children calling Lilith mother, is that there are a lot of lines where I think Blade says it a lot. He just says your mother. Your mom.
Your mother.
Your mom.
Your mama.
Like one of the quotes is your mother. Because they can say mother will embrace or whatever, like, oh, it's all for the mother. Your mother.
Your mother. Actual quip. Finally, Marvel has finally written a good quip.
Okay lah, I'll accept that. Speaking of quips, the game starts off with being very Marvel. Like, I think compared to like Avengers, compared to like what else, the new one? Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, the Galaxy, yeah.
Midnight Suns does not hold back with the one-liners and quipness, at least in the first act. Like, let's say, the first 20-30 hours. Because the game starts with a quip. Like, the fact that, we have the intro to the characters. This is Doctor Strange intro card. His name is Doctor Strange. Yeah. One sentence of description. And then Doctor Strange was with Iron Man and with another character, and they were bantering. And then that one character just left and called it, oh, shut up, you Robo Man. No. Is it Robot Man or Tin Man? Robot Man, maybe.
Tin Man.
They call it something like that, right? And then he leaves out, and then they introduce Iron Man, but not as Iron Man, but as Robot Man or Tin Man. I forgot what it is.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He got that title card. The treatment is like full title card. Like, god damn it. Because it makes it funnier because every other character after that gets normal title card. Captain Marvel, whoever else, Scarlet Witch, everything is normal except him. He got done dirty.
I mean, he's been done dirty after he died. In all of the games, prior and post his death.
Yeah, the game starts off creepy because I guess the idea is that you want to like accustom yourself with, because you start off with almost half of the playable roster, like 8 characters maybe around there. Let me count. You have Iron Man, you have Doctor Strange, you have Captain Marvel. Who else in the Avengers camp? Also, let's go to the Midnight Suns camp. You have Nico, you have Blade, you have Magic, you have Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. Who else? And then you have Spider-Man and Captain America. So yeah, around 8 or so. Plus the Hunter is also playable. And compared to the other heroes, the hunter is the most customizable, as in they have the most abilities, so you can play however you like. Like they have various amount of support abilities like healing, and also like direct damage, plenty of different weird wacky abilities. And also there is an alignment system where you can have your hunter be fully light or full dark. It even comes to the conversation choices, like you if you are very kind, or you are accepting the light, or you look at optimism, or that's all light choices. The other way around is like, you choose authority, or you embrace the darkness, or you prefer strength and power rather than empathy, so that's darkness. You can get dark points. Interestingly, I thought this was gonna be, oh no, this is gonna be the Paragon and Renegade thing again, right? Thank God it's not like that, because a lot of the conversations, sometimes you have like a light choice, sometimes you don't have any, sometimes you have dark choice, sometimes you don't have any, sometimes you have two. But you can always play the balanced choice, as in the one that won't add any change to your balance, and you can always stick to the middle if you want to. And that also have like gameplay bonuses, just like playing full light and full dark. So no problem there. It could have been a problem, but they avoided it.
I see.
You know, I don't want to play a full playthrough of just pick the Paragon choice or just pick the Renegade choice. This time around, each time the conversation choice appears, I have to think, which is good. Instead of like, just pick the black one or just pick the white one. I have to think. Should I really push this person? Should I joke about? I think there was one joke about butts. So yeah. What else? You start there is also that thing about companion. I've mentioned about the conversations, right? You can also like level up relationships. You have social links with your heroes. You can bring them to hang out, spend the time together, such as, fun activities like having a deep conversation, or playing cards, or play video games.
Play cards in my card game.
Playing cards in my card game.
Yeah. Now that we mentioned it, no wonder they say playing cards. God damn it. Yeah, you can, if you want to, you can bring Doctor Strange and play a video game together.
Why?
It's a choice.
That's kind of weird. Like Doctor Strange, the sources we play video games.
He also kind of like mentioned that maybe another activity next time. He didn't like it, but you can bring him to play video games. But yeah, there's a choice there, like figuring out which hero likes which activity, which hero likes fishing, which hero likes working out, which hero likes to lounge at the pool. Yes, you can. There is a pool. Not that pool. I mean like a swimming pool. I haven't seen a beach episode yet, but
no, I don't want to see Iron Man in the tuxedo. Not a tuxedo, a speedo. Please no.
I can confirm that Iron Man has trunks and some booty cakes. Not only that, you can unlock additional swimming suits for Iron Man and the rest of the heroes.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
So we have like a Marvel, I don't know, dating same-ish.
Yes.
The only thing missing is there is no romance option.
Boo.
But you can.
He's married, so why do you want to romance him? My God.
But yeah, that's the thing. There is missing a romance option, but the game does not like say that everyone is celibate or whatever. There is like, let's say, let me tease this. There is at least one character that fancies Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
and he's a bit shy about it if you bring it up.
Ooh, Camaro.
So you can just like tease that guy a bit. No, please. He'll just be shy. No, I just admire her ability. She can destroy everything with the sun, with the power of the sun.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure. So you can keep teasing on him, but there are like some budding romance here and there. And I mean, some of them already are in a relationship. Like Spider-Man keeps mentioning MJ.
Yeah.
So I think there are like more complications when you add romance. But you cannot romance them, but at least you can have them say the F word.
This is a T-rated game. You cannot say that.
I mean, you can say the F word, friend.
Oh, this is a friendly game.
Oh yeah, I mean
It's a T-rated game.
Yeah, it's T-rated, so you have crap and hell, but not F not F bombs. Like Blade does not say F bombs. So
The original does, but we don't talk about that.
yeah, the F word here stands for friends. You use the F word. Yeah, now we are now friends.
Yes, friends.
But yeah, the game plays very slowly because of that. Because you just spend the day. Okay, you wake up one morning, you do your research, you go upgrade your abilities, you go training, and then you go on a mission. Finish that one mission, which is a combat encounter, and then you come home, and then it's night time. And then nighttime, you can go around and see, hey, do you want to hang out? You guys want to hang out? And then go hang out, do some activities, catch up with friends, catch up with the heroes, get to know them, learn their backstory, and then you call it a day. So yeah,
This is like Persona.
that's why I asked, is this like more like Persona or Fire Emblem? I think some people still comparing it closer to Fire Emblem, but I
think
still
Fire
stand.
Emblem is as well. Yeah, more leaning towards Fire Emblem because you cannot marry someone that's already married. Yeah,
but I still stand with the Persona thing because every conversation you have with the hero, if you pick the right choice, relationship go up higher.
Yes.
But if you but interestingly enough, if you pick the wrong, there is technically no wrong, but if you like piss them off, the relationship do go down at least by 1 point, but not more. I think I pissed off Captain Marvel one time because I was quote unquote hunter-splaining.
Oh no.
No, she was worried about I need to do this, I need to do that to search for the problem, and I said, yeah, go do that. Oh, you don't need to explain that to me. Relationship go down.
Oh no.
You don't need to explain that to me. You don't have to explain me. Oh my god. You know what? Fair enough. I was mean. She prefers from what I learned about Captain Marvel, she prefers a very helpful, positive. She prefers some support, a message of support rather than go do that, but more like it's okay. I think you got this. That kind of thing she likes.
So maybe she played Guardians of the Galaxy then.
Speaking of that, you know what? This is the first Marvel game within all the current crop of Marvel games, right? That kind of like is the only one that mention the larger Marvel universe, as in Midnight Suns.
Boy, yeah.
In the world in Midnight Suns, the game, the Avengers exist, the X-Men exist, the things in outer space exist, because Captain Marvel is half Kree, so she keeps on bringing up the things about what she did in outer space, her Space Avengers. So
Space Avengers.
She brings that up a lot. So yeah, it's surprising that you learn more. I learn a lot more about the grander Marvel universe than any other Marvel game, because it's not siloed into one spot. That's why I think this is less about learning the occult, even though yes, you do learn the spooky stuff in the Marvel universe in this, but you learn also. But this is also technically an Avengers RPG. Actually, the better Avengers game.
Oh no.
With no Avengers in the name.
The only thing missing is Thor, but even that they poke around with a joke. I think there's one conversation where Wolverine and Spider-Man were hanging out. They were playing a video game and they're complaining, "What? Why are we not in a video game?" I should mention Wolverine and Spider-Man playing a video game together and quoting that. Insomniac says hello. Insomniac says hello. And then they joke about, don't worry, we'll probably gonna be in the game for some time. And then they keep complaining about the game, about, hey, this game doesn't have Thor in it. Which I think, the fourth wall is being nudge wink as it is. Deadpool comes, it's already torn down. When the DLC arrives, like, oh my god, these guys. Not only is it creepy, is it like more, but at least when the serious stuff happens, they treat it seriously. Like there is like ripples in between the two factions in the Midnight Suns that you have to what do you say? Not investigate, what's the word? To solve. Not to solve. But yeah, there is like a situation that you need to resolve, that's the word. But yeah, between the story, the character bonding moments, and there's also another bit about exploring outside of the abbey, outside of the house, which is also another thing on its own. You basically get to do a little bit of Dragon Age Inquisition, where you roam around a big open world collecting, gathering materials, and find some secrets. Totally optional. But it's a good waste of time. Especially after a long, hard battle. Okay, between all of those different materials, those different gameplay elements combined together to become, I think this is one of the best Marvel games yet.
This is your first Marvel game, isn't it?
I played Guardians of the Galaxy, but drop it halfway. Spider-Man, I think I played just the early opening chapters. Avengers, I also drop it not even halfway. I think I played as the Hulk and then just said nah.
That's just chapter 1. You played in chapter 1. There is nah.
I think maybe a bit more lah, because I keep seeing the the loot system just nah, that doesn't work. But the card system here works. It's not as overwhelming as you expect. It is very manageable. Even like the total abilities that you can unlock is also like within understandable reason. It's not like you have like 30 cards for each hero. No, that's too much. It's very small, but still enough variety to like create different strategies, different builds. Yeah, but I'm surprised that how well this play. There are technical difficulties. There are like graphical glitches. When I played this game, hopefully when you get your hands on this game, it's not as terrible. And also, mind the jank. This game has a little bit of that jank.
Of course.
This is a Firaxis game, so the characters kind of like move a bit stiff. The conversation during those conversations, most of them are just like use pre-canned animations that you'll see over and over again. So yeah, they cut corners here and there, but when the parts where they do not cut corners, the animations are great. Like they have all the iconic poses as well. Yes, Iron Man does that 3-point drop.
Superhero landing.
Yeah, he did this. He has that superhero landing. All the iconic poses are there. But yeah, there is a photo mode. And yes, you can pose them in very ridiculous ways. And also, it's carry over from XCOM. So all the poses from XCOM are back. So if you played XCOM and you know the goofy thumbs up pose, where the soldiers like awkwardly holds a thumbs up and with a straight face, with no expression, you can do that to all your Marvel heroes. Oh yeah, the Spider-Man pointing at each other pose is there as well. From what I remember, you can do that meme, but technically you cannot because you cannot put multiple Spider-Mans anyway. But yeah, Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's a surprise. It's quite a surprise. I think this is. This is like recency bias aside. This is my top 3 favorite games of the year.
Ooh, surprising.
Surprising, yeah, quite surprising there.
And also bias of like I've been spending like more than 50 hours with this game, more than other games that I've played this year, which also explains a lot. I don't think I've played GT7 that much, and I don't think God of War is like 30 hours when I tap out. So yeah, that also explains. But yeah, I cannot stop playing this game. I'm still looking forward to see the DLC. We have Venom is interesting. Deadpool is gonna be a riot. Morbius. Oh yeah, there is. I should mention in the world of Midnight Suns, you can also collect Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics exists.
Marvel Comics exist, but not Marvel games.
You know what? Good point. No, I think I went into Nico's room one time and I saw her pasting on the wall one of the Rise of the Midnight Suns comic, which has Morbius on the cover. So that's why.
Well, did it say beginning to morph? Sad.
Look, when that character drops with Deadpool in there, they have to say the lines.
It's morphing time.
I will bet 100% they will say that line.
Say the word, doctor. Say the word. What? Morphing.
Or at least have like Dr. Morbius like, it's morbing time. See? Yeah. Like a lot of like weird jokes like that. Oh yeah, there is one joke, not like one quip where Doctor Strange called Captain America as Mr. Rogers. And as the humble man himself, he says, "No, please, I'm not as good as that person. I'm not deserving that. I don't deserve that title." So shout out to Mr. Rogers. Yeah, this is the sort of game like the quips will be cringe at first, but once you played like for 40 or 50 hours, it's kind of like okay lah. You can have your moment lah, because there are like serious stuff in there, like proper character moments. So it all like balances out. So yeah. The problem is, do you want to play a card game strategy RPG? It's gonna be a hard sell.
I mean, like, with the success of Marvel Snap, I think you can. I think they might pull this one through, ironically now, just because people are obsessed with Marvel Snap.
And I implore those people, give me that Suns a go. Because
exactly.
This is a surprisingly good RPG. Like, it fills my BioWare RPG void right now. Because I think this year I haven't played an RPG, right? So, I now played one. Okay. And it is as long as Xenoblade Chronicles 3, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
60 hours, right? Yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah. We don't count the post game. We don't even count the DLCs, which probably gonna add more missions. I'm gonna guarantee that. They're gonna let you hang out with those characters as well.
Oh no!
Hang out
playing
with
video games with Deadpool. Let's go.
Bring Doctor.
Really say that. Oh, I had a game once.
I'm looking. Have to. They have to. I have seen the writing material that the game has been doing. Right. I think they will deliver Deadpool's weird, uncanny style of humor perfectly. I can guarantee that. So yeah, it's just like you just have to jump over the hump of playing a card game. Once you get around that, it's a surprisingly good game. Jank aside,
yes.
Yeah, gee, I'm looking forward to the other two games that we're gonna talk about, which we're gonna splice, we're gonna time travel around here. It is recording. It is recording. So we are now in the future.
Yep, yes, we are.
Welcome, listeners. We are the Meck, Danial, and Anand from the future. Well, technically the past still, but you know, more future than the previous recording.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here is some of the things that we gonna tell you. By now, by the time you hear this, Marvel's Midnight Suns has been out.
Yep.
And if you guys remember, and for those who are listening, you just remember like a few minutes ago what I said. You people are gonna be surprised with it. I told you so. I told you so. This game is actually good. Unless you still cannot what you say, you cannot not maintain. You cannot indulge in a little bit of Marvel cringe. And by a little bit, I mean 70 hours worth of Marvel cringe. I think I saw Scale Up who was like very fast, have very positive views about the game's combat, but he just cannot stand the character banter and whatever, the other aspect of the game. So that's a half and half lah. But have you seen the things that have been people sharing? I wish people have been sharing more because there are a lot of silly stuff in there.
I have seen like one. There was one with Blade and another one. Apa nama? The other guy.
Blade and who? Oh, is it the one thing is it something about the backdoor? The backdoor.
That's what. Yeah, I saw a video of that.
It's Blade and your character, the hunter.
I see.
He's saying about we're gonna get into some there's always a hole that we can go inside. Something like yes, the back door. It's it meant literally the back door because you know the house they want to get into, Doctor Strange's house, does have a back door. It just happens to be a good innuendo. If you people are picking it up. Nudge, wink, wink. Betul lah, speaking of Blade, I have actually sold one guy for Midnight Suns by saying that you can hear Blade's hot take on vampire movies. Yes, he have opinions about vampire movies. I actually have that conversation while fishing with Blade. Guess take a random shot in the dark what he thinks about vampire movies.
Which vampire movie?
That's also a good question. There is a very clear reference, crystal clear reference of a particular movie series.
Noted.
In general, he says vampire movies suck, but he can tolerate fictional vampires. Also, he rooted for the werewolves. I think you guys got it already.
Okay, now I know. Oh my god. Yeah, noted. Now, doubly noted now.
Yeah, I think I believe is maybe that one where Hunter has like, do you? I think this is something that Nico taught me about. Is it something called schlock movies? So yeah, there are conversations about schlock movies. Speaking of Nico and schlock movies, if you level up her relationship, she will have you go through a rite of passage where you have to watch a particular movie. There is no footage of the movie, but the writing suggests very clearly what that movie is.
I see.
Hunter complaining, why is other actors look so awkward? You're tearing me apart, Hunter. Why is that woman have a lady? Why is that lady wearing a red dress? Yeah, that's the thing you do in Midnight Suns. So if you like your persona style character building where you just hang out with friends or family, Midnight Suns actually works. Plus the weird pop culture references that they can extend to these days, because you know it's setting in kind of like modern life. it's a matter of taste lah. Even I think that I discovered I can withstand the cringe, while some others have like sworn out of Marvel movies. I think they will not be persuaded. Other than this is a good card game. That's technically not a card game because you can move around. Well, technically not move around, but there is a lot of positioning stuff. The thing I complained about Yakuza Like a Dragon back then, the turn-based combat.
Yeah, the turn-based combat, yeah, very Persona-like.
That bit is okay, but it's a thing that it's kind of like they don't use to the potential of having all the environment hazards being in play. Like you have to like control, not really have to like navigate move the characters around, but rather have the positioning be matter more than they should. I think they should take a look at Midnight Suns and how they do that, because you don't control a lot of the character movements directly. You can do that once per turn, plus also other buffs if you have them. But it's a natural way of having the characters move around, because if you want to attack, like if Spider-Man needs to like throw around a crate, he needs to go into a position, be close enough but not really close, because he can throw it at a distance. So by that way, the characters kind of like move around by doing their thing. Yeah. So it's actually a very fun and interesting. It also helps that to dilute the card gaminess. That I think why I can tolerate the card bits. Yeah, that's Marvel's Midnight Suns. I told you so. You have heard it here. Well, you guys have heard it here first, but now the rest of the world knows. And now that we are in the future, we can talk about Need For Speed Unbound.
Oh yeah, we can. So where do we begin? Yeah, where do we begin about Need For Speed Unbound?
We begin with, is this an anime game? Not really. But
Not
they
really.
should have gone full anime. I don't mind the weirdness of the art style. It's a rather for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it that you can customize your driving effects, right?
Yeah.
And some of the driving effects, you have like the weird icons, the emojis that appear on top of the car. Like if you lose the cops, one of the driving effects, there's a crab emoji appearing. And maybe not really an emoji because it's a stylized look, but the point still stands. It's basically seeing like the car is reacting. There's one other effect is that you can when the car is like hot fire, it will be like, instead of having, it has a dollar bill sign for whatever reason, because if you want to flash your bling or whatever. I wish there is more, like you can fine tune the driving effects more, rather than just a bundle of effects. Like, okay, let me have colored smoke trails, but I don't want the big air sign when I jump high. Can we have that kind of customization, please? But I like it. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like it's kind of feeling. It's not more like anime style. It's more of Sony's about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse style. Like comic book ish.
Streetwise.
More
Street
accurate.
art.
Yeah. Yep. Street art. Yeah, that's it. And I guess it contrasts with the semi hyper-realistic look of the cars, kind of like your weirdo, the BMW, the Lotuses, kind of, it actually looks, the car is actually complements the style as well. Like you have the quirky cars next to the quirky characters.
Oh, the cars are cool, and the characters, I don't mind them looking like that. That should stay. Whatever Need For Speed do next time, keep that. Yeah, actually, like, at least for me, like, there are a lot of racing games that try to create your avatar and have them dress in different shirts and whatever. It just feels like it doesn't matter as much, or rather, it feels like this is content that I don't care. looking at Forza Horizon 5. I have the chicken suit and I haven't looked back. But compared to like Need For Speed Unbound, the way they use the characters is much more prominent. Like it's just very simple things. Like, oh, this time every time you start a race, the camera will drive by into the window and just have the drivers like reacting to it, do like little silly gestures and whatnot. But that's just enough to give the character some, character. Rather than just your avatar is doing some random not random, some unlockable emote kan. Oh, he's just emoting. Okay, fine. But now here they still do emotes, but it's not like trying to be too much of a Fortnite, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Kind of reminds me of the carbon kan every carbon race back then back in the day when you want to start a canyon run and they do the thing you're going down. It kind of reminds me of that for Unbound,
the character banter.
Yeah,
you know what, let me pull you one more let me get you a deeper pull, which also applies to the art style. They took notes from SSX on Tour.
Oh my god, yeah.
You play a player-created character. You are transported into a realistic world, but everything around you, the effects and whatnot. Like for SSX on Tour, they tried to do, they use, not caricatures, like, 90s style sketchbook drawing. The people, the 90s kid sketching around weird drawings. So that's the art style for that. And then, because of SSX started as a snowboarding game where you play as predefined characters and all of them have like relationship with each other, that carries over by them having like different lines. They have different characters. They have distinct voice actors from. Yep. Also, the cast is also from all over the world. I should mention Need For Speed Unbound has also different races from all over the world.
Yep, the rich kid from Asia. We have the exchange student, the South American exchange student suddenly find a car and started racing.
And then you have the quiet weeb.
Yeah, the quiet weeb as well. Like it's very good cast actually.
Yeah, very diverse too. They cover a lot of different spectrum of people, which is okay, and they do it actually very respectfully. I don't mind it. It's okay. They handle it well. And the fact that they also like throw you some banter while racing is just like, okay, cool. Now I know you guys. Okay, now I care about getting my money back. Now I care about beating you right now. Oh, you trash talk me. You say, the Australian. Oh, fine. You can overtake. Yes, I can. And I'm now 2 seconds in front of you. Shut up. Waru. Now I remember his name even. So yeah, it's a success in that part. Also a success, the prologue.
Oh, yeah.
The starting bits. If you haven't played a Need For Speed game in a while, I think it started like in maybe it's also a bit earlier. No, I think did Need For Speed Rivals also let you select a starter car? I cannot remember.
Heat. Is it Heat or Heat?
I think 2015 started it.
Yeah, 2015, yeah.
Either that or Rivals. So I cannot remember, but let's say 2015. Okay, 2015.
Yeah, 2015 because Rivals is just, here's a Porsche, here's someone to have fun. And this one, like, here's your shit box. Big one.
Yeah, starting 2015, Need For Speed becomes a Pokemon game where you have to select your starter car, which is divided into the 3 different elements. Your USA car, your Euro car, or your JDM. The 3 different elements. So for Unbound, the starter car was a Dodge Charger, a Lamborghini Countach, and a Nissan Silvia.
An Asia Silvia, yes.
S14 is it?
I think it's S14, yeah.
Probably the new one. But it's a Nissan Silvia lah. I know there's a S14 and S15 in there. So yeah, you pick your starter car. You do your couple of races. Curiously, during that time, you cannot upgrade your performance, but you are very much nudged into go and upgrade and get the car looking like how you want. Keep it styling or whatever they say lah. To the point that there is a part where you just go into the game basically loads you into the body kit selection and highlights you, there is a legendary custom change that overhauls the look of the car to become into a very different thing. I picked the Dodge Charger. Have you seen the legendary custom of a Dodge Charger, Daniel?
Is it the KS one again? I've seen the pictures because one of my friends is also using that.
Yeah, it's basically you turn it into a very spiky hearse.
Yep.
The Charger becomes a hearse box. Well, yeah, and your partner back then, at that time, she was like hyping it. Yo, you should get it look like that or whatever. And I think you could have earned enough money to actually upgrade it into a legendary customer. I haven't seen the Countach or the Sylvia.
Oh, the Countach is just. I've taken the other route. I've taken the Countach, and it looks very quadrant V8 car from Cyberpunk.
So, like a Cyberpunk car.
Yeah, it's exactly a Cyberpunk car.
Okay.
Complete with the colors as well.
Black and gold.
Yep.
Whoa.
I didn't even touch the thing. It's like, okay, it's already perfect.
So another curious addition is that you are required to put a custom license name on the car. Huh.
I wonder why.
You can actually do that as a normal customization option, but during this prologue, the game like really wants you to name the car, like to the point that I used to, my default license plate name is vaguely vulgar if you look at it the wrong way. This is the first time it triggers the profanity check. Oh, you cannot use that name. Oops. For those who don't know, it's Mangkok, but the Mangkok MANGKOK. So it's just a fun name, but if you remove one letter, it becomes a very vulgar word in Japanese. So I guess that triggered it. Oops. Okay. But it's a curious thing to happen. I wonder why. What's going on here? And then the plot thickens. The prologue is basically just a setup for you to get very accustomed to that car and also to your partner. Yes, Jasmine. Yes. Because by the end of the prologue, she basically what she did.
Backstab you and your adopted dad
by stealing
Jeep.
all the cars.
Yeah, by a jeep.
But I mean stealing all the cars, including the cars that you've been using and upgrading with if you have put a custom wrap, that car that you've been driving for the whole prologue. And then when the game starts proper, then you'll meet her back. There's a time skip, I think 2 years, and then you see, hold on, that's my car. Your character says, well, you also say, yo, that's my car. Yo, and now you are using it. You are now like organizing all these street races, and you still using my car. Technically, it's also her car because she worked on it with us.
She also worked on it as well.
But rather than saying our car, she says my car, and then you also say my car. I want my car back. Hey, where have I seen this plot from a Need For Speed game? I wonder.
Okay, wait. I want to go on a funny tangent. Speaking of plot point, you see the cutscene dia orang gaduh kan? But what if you're impatient like I am? Because I actually skip a few articles, a few cutscenes, and but instead of a fade to black and then you start on the game, you know what they actually give us? Here, a summary, like a full summary. Well, you, like, macam, I remember that exchange you said that they said it on text as well. Well, you just exchanged some few choice words with Jazz, and now she's betting the car if you win the grand.
Oh, so it becomes a visual novel.
Because the visual novel, you exchange a few very angry words between each other, and then now she's betting the car at you in the finals. Like, so even though if you have to skip like a few cutscenes, the game will keep you updated. Yeah, this is what you just said.
Nice. And to get it back on track, I was setting up because this is technically the setup of Need for Speed Most Wanted, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
The way it's set up that, you have a car, the car is very good, and then you lost the car, and then the next time you reappear into the scene, the car has become so good and powerful, and also you should have deserved the top spot because, that's your car. I want my car back. It's all about cars. I want my car.
Baby.
My car. How do you get racers invested in their racing games? We take away their cars.
That take away your starter car.
Yeah, prologue's fun. Maybe it's just I picked the wrong starter car, but the first few hours I feel like why is the game feels a bit more stiff? The handling is a bit more stiff.
Oh yeah, it just feels even on the touch as well. It feels very stiff.
Yeah, I think they kind of like I remember Heat was there. They got the sweet spot. It doesn't feel like too railroady, too understeery by the default settings, but this time it feels a bit more stiff. I don't know. Maybe because, of course because I have been aligning my car to be grip focus, but back in Heat, I think doing grip focus doesn't feel that sticky in an understeery way. I don't know. I think I don't want to call it yet because I haven't even played more than 10 hours of it, but I think this feels like a bit side backward. I don't know yet.
I think there's a what's it called? Story reason why they did that, because after that you can unlock the handling tuning again, but and this time it's in the menus instead of the live tuning that we usually have since 2015.
Yep.
Maybe it's a story thing. Maybe like, oh yeah, Jess is actually quite shit. Never know.
I should have been messing around with the tuning, but money is very tight to warrant me buying a differential to adjust my handling style. So okay.
Oh yeah, if you have you should actually, because the cars after this car, what's your starter car for after the prologue?
The actual one, the new Miata.
The actual start,
the new
Miata. Wow.
The new Miata. I don't know. I need a change of pace. I cannot remember the other cars I haven't used a Miata since in previous Need for Speed games, so why not?
Okay. My advice if it's the same as it 787B engine.
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, I should check back the engine. So I think there is.
They have a 787B engine. Yes, on the Miata, it can go 400.
Put a very big Dorito in there.
Yes. Okay. One thing I like about the car selection like I said, like the cars I use my starter car. Since Meck has chosen the Miata, I've chosen the police special, so the Crown Vic, the car that when they reveal it to be one of those special cars that you can win in one of the finals. I was excited. Yes, here we go. So I bought one car as the starter car, and it burns out as heck every time you wanna do a restart, because technically it is a muscle car with a V8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you went to the handling model, the handling settings, you can put it to grip. Like I downloaded the differential, bought the differential, put it to grip 75, and you can have the better launch than most of the cars on B class immediately.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should be messing around with the tunings then. Okay, good to know.
And I think like one thing I do like about it, guys, was you can. I think one thing I don't like about Heat was that you can't see. Oh yeah, what change? Or you can drift better, or I thought more speed. But now with the emphasis on grip after drift, just two pillars again, it actually makes more sense in a way because you can literally make, I don't know, a grip machine and a drill machine, and it will make sense. I thought if you're like me again, and also strapped for cash like Meck is, you can just put a slider on the left, and then if you want to race drift, just put a slider on the right. Tell me you're doing that as well, Meck.
I think it's like the 80% grip. I tried with my Miata, and I figured out how to corner the car eventually. The trick is to not drift.
Yes, you cannot drift, not anymore.
If you're the grip car, you cannot drift, but also you cannot do you don't do your Gran Turismo lines also, which is also weird, but there is like a way to finagle the car to get it into turning well.
Yeah, if you can do the Gran Turismo, like you get the boost the boost meter.
Yeah, you can, but maybe at faster cars it will feel much better, but at B class it feels a bit off for me. But enough compared to the Charger was like unimaginably understeering.
Fast. Yeah, stupidly understeering as well. Yeah.
Which is weird to see a muscle car understeering, but yeah, that's what happens. Other than that,
the boost. What about the boost? The boost.
The UI throws me off because the way it is designed this time, you have a burst nitrous, but the trick is you do have your replenishable nitrous. But there's also now a 3-segmented meter that looks like a rev meter, but it will increase every time you do things that get you nitrous. Like if you jump, if you do miss, if you do oncoming, if you drift, or if you like take a turn very well with grip. The thing is that confuses me is that I thought that was the nitrous meter, but no. That's rather it's basically a special meter, a very special meter that if you have a segment or 2 or 3, it will produce a bigger nitrous.
You know what it reminds me of, Meck? It's most wanted 2010's turbo button. Because it's essentially that, isn't it? It's just a turbo button. Just the shot of sudden speed that that I think it is one of the power perks for Hot Pursuit back then as well in the 2005 one.
Oh, turbo.
The
turbo. Okay, yeah. Then it's like that. But it requires some finagling also, but also the meter drops very quickly if you are not in, because there's a momentum thing. Because if you're not comboing, if you're not like doing all the stuff that gains nitrous long enough, and the meter will go slowly down.
No, it reminds me of it's actually a mixture of the turbo thingy from Hot Pursuit and the one of the most underrated burnouts, Dominator, with the boost chain and all.
Yeah, but doesn't work as well because
doesn't work as well, but it's still the same principles there.
Yeah, because
that kind of counts.
Okay, now compare that Burnout Dominator, but no, never mind. I have no comparison. Forgot about it. Never mind that. The other thing I want to talk about Need for Speed Unbound is the soundtrack. How do you find it, Daniel?
As someone who has a Gen Z living, and listens to the likes of ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator every other week. Yeah, this is just me listening to my brother's playlist. That's right, yeah. ASAP Rocky, yep. Tyler, yep, he's there. Kendrick Lamar, yeah, he's also there.
I like that.
Basically the same, yeah.
Okay, let me see. Let me say this. Need for Speed Unbound soundtrack is diverse, but diverse as in there are people all over the world, but everyone is singing hip hop.
Yep.
It's diverse, but everything is hip hop. That's the fun thing. So you get to hear Indian hip hop. You get to hear Arabic hip hop.
That one.
Tarik. Is it?
I think they have German hip hop too.
German as well, yeah.
Yep, German hip hop. So,
German has a lot of hip hop.
So I think like it's based on all of the characters that you'll meet in the rivals thing. So I think one of German, one of pretty sure one of them is also Indian as well. So yeah, it's just your characters that you can hear to their music as well.
So in one way, I appreciate, I respected that they ventured further than just your usual Black American hip hop, which is fine, but too much of a good thing if it's just that. So they went diverse. And I'm surprised by some of the... Wait, is this... What language is this again? There's always like that, huh? Why are you singing? Yeah, so I have to like look up the people. There's also your Japanese rap. And I think there's also Korean rap. Yeah, plenty of rap songs. But,
yeah. That's right.
But that's the thing. All of them are rap songs and hip-hop. And not the kind of... I'm like my vibe is very different with this soundtrack. Let's put it there. Because I'm not gonna diss it because there is like effort and there is like something they wanted to achieve with this assembly of music they have put together. And I don't mind the music that plays during the menus. Those are fine. Because I listening to hip hop while like you tinkering about, should I put this rear fender or this rear fender?
Yeah,
that totally works. It's a matter of like I want to race, but then there's you have the bubblegum rap like ice cream or something like that. Like, god damn it!
I love that. Actually, I think it's one of my
favorite songs. They
there.
put a whip song there. Oh no, not that kind of whip song. I rather have Vocaloid.
Ironically, no, I think one of them is a former VTuber, so I know her voice. Pretty sure she's a former VTuber.
Okay.
Gone IRL basically.
Bubblegum rap.
Yeah, I should really check. I should check who was that, because I know her voice.
There's a lot of languages here. Like you have French, right? You have German. I think you have Turkish.
Yeah.
I think. Also like Persian. I think Persian looks like Persian. I don't know.
Probably. I don't recognize some of the languages, which is actually pretty good.
Of course, you have Arabic. You have Japanese rap. What else?
It's a very interesting thing to happen. I confuse. Is this Indian or Arabic? Hold on, let me listen. Because the thing is, because the Malay language has a lot of Arabic and Indian words together. So I'm wait, hold on, is this here or is this there? Like,
Wait, is this Arabic or is it Hindi or is it Urdu?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Is it Arabic,
Hindi. Yep.
Or is it Turkish? Is it Persian? Can be anywhere.
Also, a shout out to ASAP Rocky for being a non-cringe celebrity edition. He totally owns the role. He fits together with the game totally. Like, if I do not know ASAP Rocky was a celebrity, I thought he's a very good character to be your hype man for the events.
The hype man events.
Like, there's a lot of celebrity editions, and they feel like but and also he's not an actor. Right, he's just there.
No, he's a rapper. Yeah, he's a rapper with a big ass car collection.
He's totally owning that role. He's okay. I don't mind him. I probably have like ticks of respect going up for him. Like, okay, you good, man. You good on my book.
But I think I remember I saying to you guys like this song was actually the song, the theme song for the new Need For Speed Unbound was actually teased in 2019, and people thought, this is actually a banger. What's it called? What was macam it's the before song, basically instrumental. Yeah, it's just a very cool instrumental. Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. And then 2 years went by, nothing.
So you do.
Little did they know, yeah.
You have been hearing the tup, 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 tup,
Yeah,
tup, tup.
yeah, for 2 years since
For 2 years.
2019. So 3 years then. 3 years, 2019.
Is that why they put the drum sample loop as the starting screen? Because that's what
because
people have been hearing.
fans were actually waiting for that. Cool instrumental. When are you going to release the song? He actually played it in one of because if you see like old footage of the 2019 stuff, he actually played that, and people was like, what? For what? Don't know.
The usual, let's play at the concert for upcoming music.
For the hype, for the hype, hype song, basically.
So when it's coming out for real?
Don't know. When I like it, when I feel like it. AKA, no, I'm contractually obligated to not release it yet.
I've seen examples of that in the punk rock scene, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't. What else to say about Need for Speed Unbound? Like, they have went with a direction, even though it's not my personal preference of a direction. I kind of like still like respect the hustle, because they like almost went full on. They should have gone full on. Make this a full anime game.
Make it like very comic booky like this one, yeah. And
like keep embracing those things. Because it's there, like this is the first time I see a Need for Speed game that transcends the racing game community. Like folks from other places are like, oh yo, Need for Speed, this actually looks good. That's heartwarming to see. Like, oh yeah, look at this niche of a game that I found some audience outside of the usual crowd.
Yeah, technically, and technically, this is the first fully current gen game, because GT7 is a cross-gen game. Creed also a cross-gen game. Forza Horizon 5 is also cross-gen. This is the fully next gen, and it's actually a good benchmark for whenever FH8 comes out.
Yeah. On that note, performance-wise, tip-top.
Ooh, 60. I've never had 60 FPS Need for Speed until now.
On PC,
and I don't want to go back.
It runs so well. Like, I compare it with Need for Speed Heat. Need for Speed Heat on PC is terrible to run. Even with a decent spec. I still like struggle with 30 FPS, because despite me having like properly a good recommended spec, but no. But on Unbound, I haven't checked the settings because it's just auto. I leave it there. But on PC, it manages to like withstand 60 FPS. It drops to around 30 frame drop if you like, all the 8 cars are on one screen. So there's a few hitches that I don't mind. But other than that, it runs like a dream.
Yep.
It works so well. And I haven't have like weird hitches or whatever. Unlike some other game.
Repair your shit, Playground, before Fable the new Fable comes out. Come on.
Oh no, I didn't talk about Forza, although that is also true.
Memory exceeded moment.
There's also a recent game that's also out that people are now playing, and oh no, the PC game's terrible. The PC version is terrible. Oh no. Is that Need for Speed Unbound?
Yeah, that's Need for Speed Unbound. You can wait for the review before our Game of the Year talks.
Yeah, by the time of Game of the Year season arrives, so at least one person here have played Need for Speed Unbound to see until the end.
Yep. Don't you mean Need for Speed SZN? CZN? As the kids will say it.
I'm lost.
Oh my god! Exactly.
That's how I know I'm old. Some people say, what do you mean you're not looking old? I know I'm old. I don't get people on TikTok. That's how I know I'm old. I think that's all for us in the future. Because
Yep, that's all.
in this grim dark no, it's not grim dark yet. In this future, we haven't played Callisto Protocol yet.
No.
But we will have opinions about that game before Game of the Year arrives. But yeah, the 3 games that are out on the same date, there is December 2. We have Marvel's Midnight Suns, we have Need For Speed Unbound, and we have the Callisto Protocol. Apparently, reception has been interesting. Midnight Suns has been the more surprising of the bunch.
Second only to Need For Speed, yeah. Second only to Need For Speed to the casual players.
Need For Speed has also as we mentioned before, has already growing in terms of who actually plays this game. And then the Callisto Protocol makes people are making people want to wait for the Dead Space remake.
Oh no.
I don't think the game's that bad, but performance issues are gonna gonna skew the opinion right now, especially on PC. Like, you cannot recreate the same magic twice in some ways. But hopefully, whatever they created in the Callisto Protocol have some other magic. We'll see. But that's the fun bit. If the Callisto Protocol is not your thing, but you want that thing that tingles about space horror, next month has something in store for you. So you'll just wait and see.
Alright. So are we now going back to the DeLorean?
Yeah, fire it up. Before the time cops arrive. Oh no, the time cops!
Like, 1 minute too late. Oh no.
Up and back to the past. Or is it the present?
I don't know, I lost track.
I don't know.
I lost track. But just like Doc Brown, I lost track as well.
So basically, we have talked about Marvel's Midnight Suns, Callisto Protocol, and Need For Speed Unbound. Yeah. I hope. Maybe in that order, maybe not, but we'll see how it goes. We probably have time travel.
Yeah, we have time travel. Think on. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, into the news.
Alright, into the news. Okay. So, not much news because we are coming on to the end of the year. But it is an interesting news. Well, not a news, it's actually a hot topic as well. Because we have the Jeff Keighley special coming. Yay! The Game Awards 2022. And oh boy. Okay, a bit of housekeeping first. Will this release by the time there? I don't think so.
No. But probably yes.
No, but it does. But yeah, because at the time of recording at this, we have news that our local cinema, one of the 2 conglomerates, TGV, is going to show the Game Awards in IMAX at 8 a.m. in the morning.
8 a.m. morning! 8 a.m. No, not midnight. 8 a.m. Early morning.
8 a.m. Like, huh?
Yeah, bangun subuh and then go straight to the cinema.
Bangun subuh, redah the jam, and then go to the foyer to watch Jeff Keighley giving out awards. Racing Games probably giving out like early half an hour before the show. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it doesn't include the pre-show probably, right?
No, it doesn't. You'll be thinking, where is best racing game? I thought, where's best sim? No, it was at 7 a.m. when you were eating the roti canai.
And
or starting the jam, or starting the jam. Depends on where you are at the point.
Yep. Yeah, the thing is, I'm surprised that Malaysia is one of the countries to get this opportunity, because the whole bit about displaying the Game Awards on IMAX is that it's mostly concentrated in US and Canada, and
I
selected
recommend them,
cities around the world. So I would not have guessed KL. I would have thought Singapore, but here we are.
BTFO Singapore once again. sorry guys.
I mean, okay, for what rationale is Kuala Lumpur chosen? I don't know.
Probably because we have an IMAX theater. That's all I know.
Yeah, no, that as well, and thanks, Dad, and thanks to our friends, hi Wam, if you're listening to this.
Oh yeah,
Because they are the apa? We are our only representative, the jury.
Jeff knows some people in Malaysia, so
and
not us.
the people is, not us, but our former colleague. So finally, then is going to be fucking Damansara then. God dang.
Okay, where's the how many TGV in KL? It's probably gonna be in KL. Doubt it's gonna be like somewhere in Penang or whatever.
No, it's gonna be in Damansara because the IMAX theater in KL, both of them are TGV. The one in Times Square is GSC. The other one in Queen Mall is also GSC. So there's two IMAX.
Great Valley is GSC.
Yeah, it's GSC. So the only one that is TGV is Monotama.
Oh,
the one where you have to go up. The one where it's after the maze of the old wing and the new wing, and then you go up one more escalator, the secret escalator to the TGV.
My God! And you have to be there around 7 a.m.
Yeah, you're gonna be lost. You're gonna be lost there first.
Gonna compensate for your lost time as well. 7 a.m. it is.
Oh my God! I hope they give him. Will they give popcorn ataupun?
I don't know. You have to pay tickets.
Oh yeah, shit. I hope they have at least nugget and Milo at least.
What did they serve there now? These popcorn, sausages,
sausage, nacho chips if you want.
Oh, nachos.
Yeah, that's what. Tiga lah, those three lah. It's popcorn, nacho chips, and hot dog. So I guess a hot dog with coffee lah. That's your breakfast there. While trying to not whinge at Jeff Keighley, at Jeff Keighley punya Chic Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I was about to say that's quite a load of quite the endeavor to just watch a lot of ads. A lot of product placements, a lot of ads.
The worst part, my other job is also doing there, so I can't even watch it. I'll just watch it like on the way there, on the way to fucking Shah Alam to see it. Technically, I will also be eating sausages, but on my phone. Laughing at whatever game that's going to be winning the set awards.
Yeah, I'm gonna at the time of recording, we do not know how the ticket prices are, but I'm betting it's gonna be like something like I'm not sure.
IMAX is 40 at least because I want
40 at least.
Yeah, because I watched Deadpool 2 on IMAX GSC. Yeah, it's like 40.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit in Discord. No worries.
Yeah, ironically enough, we're talking about Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool 2 on IMAX was like 40 ringgit. Oh, nice ambience though. Yeah, the action sequences are amazing. Tapi got them $40.
And for me, I don't think it's worth the travel. Nah. Early in the morning as well. Nah, I rather
that doesn't include the hot dogs and the coffee that you have to buy to go before that.
I can cook my own hot dog. I have hot dogs at home. Hot dogs at home.
Yeah.
The one time where hot dogs at home is actually the better option.
The better option, because if not, you're gonna pay extra. So $40, expected lah. It's not. Expected, but it should be another tambah at 2020 for the hot dog combo set, at least.
But that being said, I am still surprised that we do have this opportunity. I'm looking forward to see how many people are going to a watch party. A proper watch party.
Why can't they do it like I don't know?
Imagine the heckling around there.
Boo! Angeli lost.
I don't think people are gonna like going hoo ha over like what the new Dead Space gameplay. Nah, mostly people are just gonna heckle about who wins the award.
Oh god, the ads kan last year was that Korean game kan. I mentioned the ads. Oh, I will now go to the restroom for 20 minutes.
The musical performance and
I shall now go to the restroom for 20 minutes. Probably take if I were a smoker, I would take a smoke at that point.
See, when you have the luxury of Discord where you can just duck out easily this time.
Yep.
I mean, but if you are a true gamer that really enjoys all of those, I mean, go ahead. I think that should be a fun experience.
What? Are you sure we true gamers? We have reviewed. I myself have reviewed 22 this year alone. I'm pretty sure we already gotten the true gamer video landmark.
Look, the true gamer and us are different beings. We are not the same.
God. My goodness.
You have to know, game journalists, no, we are the true gamers. Different.
I have 20 hours with FIFA. Does that count?
I mean, you're a better gamer than I in that.
Okay, so should we talk about the nominations now?
Yeah, because we need something to pass the time.
Okay, so there's like, how many categories is this? There is 4, 8, 16, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31.
Okay, let's not go through all, but let's just pick the ones that we want to make a good guess who's gonna win.
Okay, so we shall go with okay, Anan, pick one antara the 31.
Let me see again.
Yeah, don't go all, like at least maybe 3 or 4.
We take it 5. I think we take 5. That's
okay,
nice.
Take 5, fine.
Still loading.
So I'll go first. Let's go for
Don't go for Game of the Year first.
I thought we were to go to the one that always gets abandoned halfway through.
Yeah, that's why. Don't go for Game of the Year first.
Right,
go for
we should go the one that's
else.
going to, everybody's going to abandon halfway through. It is best sports and racing game.
Oh my god, what's in best
Okay,
sports?
so for best sports and racing game, the nominees are Ollie Will by Roll7, NBA 2K23 by 2K, Polyphony Additional with Gran Turismo 7, EA Sports with FIFA, and EA Sports with F1 22. I have the clear winner. I'm pretty sure you two will agree as well.
Oli.
Yeah.
That's the thing. In spirit, I want to put Gran Turismo 7, but there is Oli World there, so it wins by default.
That's why.
If Oli World did not get this nod.
If Oli World was in Best Indie, probably, JT7.
Oh god, we have to go to Best Indie.
Oh yeah, since I already said that, Best Indie.
But I think in this category, it would be a shame if Oli World didn't walk with it.
What? Where is Best Indie? So we have Best Indie. Okay, there is Best Indie. Alright, for Best Indie. Oh, there's no Oli World. Holy shit.
Wow.
We have Best Debut Indie. Is it there?
No, it's not there as well. I've checked. Yeah, it's not there. So for Best Indie, we have from Tunic Team, Annapurna with Stray, Slow Clap with Sifu, Angel Matrix for Neon White, and Devolver with Cotton Lamb. I'll go for Stray. Because ironically enough, guys, Stray is actually more akin to Nier Automata if you played the game. The storyline is like that, really enough. In a land of machines, blah blah blah. You know lah. The Nier storyline basically at this point. What about you, Matt?
In terms of inventiveness, well, not really inventiveness, but it captures that one thing that is rare to see in a new video game. It's Tunic.
Oh.
At least in this slot of 5 games, I would have voted for Tunic.
Okay, so Anand?
Not to say anything more than that.
So Anand?
I'm more biased towards Stray.
2 for Stray. Ooh.
Yeah.
I like how everyone has like between the demon, the human, the lamb, the actual sacrificial lamb, the two cutesy one wins the vote.
Animal and animal. The animal and
And
the animal.
the animal with the sword and the animal. The actual, literally just an animal.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Anand, have you made your choice?
Wait. Oh,
Which one?
category?
Which nominee?
Three.
Okay, what's next in the category we should pick?
Oh, okay. Oh, in the category, I see.
Yes. Which category?
Let me see.
I mean, like,
Best-
yeah, there was some fight between best fighting and but we're not gonna go there.
Oh,
I've heard, like, very angry fighting game fans.
You wanna go there? Let me go there. Best fighting game, man.
God. Okay, that's
But
that's
hold on, what? Where is it? Best fighting game? Okay, best fighting. My God, this list is just bullshit. They have to like scrape to get the 5. Yeah, that's the thing. Remember, we used to do this thing as well with our own Game of the Year awards, right? We have to find the 5 games, and we have to find 5.
For racing games.
Especially like the racing games, we have to like scrape at the bottom of the barrel. It's these days, like, it's fine if you don't have it, you don't have it. Like, rather than like find whatever to just fit the mold. Oh, we need 5 games. Nah, if they don't qualify, why make such arbitrary rules? Because here, why is Sifu in best fighting game?
Yeah, I think it's more in the action adventure. If I do myself,
like in this list,
I know what the injustice of it. If our colleague one was here, he would say that name as well.
Like in
you
this,
know what I'm thinking.
In this list, we have like DNF Duel, a proper fighting game. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All Star Battle R, a fighting game. The King of Fighters 15.
Yes. A fighting game.
Oh yeah, this came out this year. Yeah,
February. Yeah, it came out February.
And then Multiverses, which is technically not out in Malaysia for whatever reason. But yeah,
that's my God, Jeff.
But it is a fighting game. Despite fighting some in the FGC might complain. But that's the least contentious, which is weird. We could have a conversation if Multiverses is a fighting game, but no. But why Sifu is a fighting game?
Yeah, why Sifu is an action adventure game, more like with fighting elements.
The only reason why Sifu is not a fighting game is because there is no local multiplayer or even a multiplayer game at all. You know what's a fighting game?
Multiplayer.
No, the developers of Sifu used to make a fighting game. It's called Absolver. It's like Sifu but with multiplayer. But with very but the thing is that it has a very weak teaming, very weak world building. It's not as strong as Sifu, as in, oh, look at this, we are doing kung fu fighting. That's a stronger team. That's why this game gets a lot of this acclaim compared to Absolver. But I think Absolver is still a very good game. It's in some ways not as good as Sifu. But the thing is, Sifu is not a fighting game, but Absolver would have been there. Just because it's missing that fight multiplayer. That said, I don't think we're gonna vote on this. Because not worth the time. But I just want to rant there. Okay, properly. What's a good category to bet on?
Games for impact. I don't know. It's very subjective.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's very subjective.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Games for impact. So for games for impact, we have 6. We have fucking 6.
Yeah, 6 nomination.
Oh my God!
I know what choice already. So okay, I shall name it through. So from Northway Games, we have I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Okay. For Annapurna, we have Team Hindsight. From Hero Beat Games, we have Enderling. Extinction is Forever. I have also heard of this game. It's actually pretty good, like the trailer. Then we have our, ironically enough, GM's favorite here, Jump Over the Edge, Citizen Sleeper. And then from Xbox and Interior Night, As Dusk Falls, Wally Lies, not that bad. And from Annapurna and Closest Interactive, Memoir Blue. I haven't played Memoir Blue. I've never heard of Memoir Blue and Hindsight. Tapi the rest I've heard for. And I've played As Dusk Dawn. It's not that bad.
Gonna be honest, I only heard 2 of these games in this list.
Same.
Which one?
Oh, wow.
Is it
Teenage Exocolonies and Citizen Sleeper. For me.
Tapi for me, like, I think like we will agree it's Citizen Sleeper lah, because it's very. I mean, you can, if you talk to the right people, you can make an uprising, and if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and if you pick the right choices, you can figure out how to live with modesty and be content with whatever you have, despite being poor.
Blast off to space to another colony.
You can also hustle until you make it. Also,
that's actually quite good.
There's so many threads of how you can live your life in this cyberpunk world. It's just a fascinating exploration of those themes. So many ways to live your life.
I can say the same for As Dusk Fall, because As Dusk Fall you can be a villain and the story will still keep going. Like, oh yeah, let's say you steal so and so, it keeps going juga. I like the style. Like, it's very interesting, comic book style, but it's falls flat when you compare to Citizen Sleeper. That's what it lah.
Okay, so I mean I have to put Citizen Sleeper because that's the only game here I played. But we'll see how it goes.
That's quite nice. Yeah, that's actually quite nice.
So we picked 3 categories. The last 2. Okay, just one lah, because I know the last one we have to pick is Game of the Year. So one more is so many.
Anticipated maybe?
Anticipated? Hold on, looking at it. Nah.
For future games. Right?
Nah, no need.
Nah, it's quite boring.
No, ongoing.
Ongoing? Nah, also nah. I know.
Nah.
Look at the category.
Genshin will win.
Nah. Too easy. How about Best Action Adventure? Oh, Best Action Adventure would be an interesting one to see.
Yeah, Best Adventure. So for Best Action Adventure, we'll go from right to left. Again, we have Tunic from Tunic Team. And from Annapurna. Yeah. The underdog. And then the second underdog is from Annapurna, Stray. Then we have the big boys, the big 3 basically. From Guerrilla Games and Sony, Horizon Forbidden West. From Sony Studio Santa Monica, God of War Ragnarok. And from Xbox and Asobo Studios, we've helped to focus entertainment, A Plague Tale Requiem. Ooh, this is hard.
That's why I picked this one. Like, oh man, this is a strong lineup here. And best thing is, perfectly fit the action adventure.
That's right, yeah. Because Plague Tale is the Plague Tale 2 lah, pretty good from what I've heard. I haven't played the game. Even though they're on Game Pass, but I haven't played it as well. Stray, Stray I've played. So I know what is strength and weaknesses, and I'll go for that. But what about Horizon Forbidden West? The game that literally everybody forgot because it released the same week as the big boy. Kan, the Abang Besar, the big ass samurai wearing medieval armor for better damage buff.
Speaking of buff, I will stand by my words back in the previous months. I still think Horizon Forbidden West is is an open world buffet. It has a lot of things. You can just do everything. And it's even better on PS5 because the place just looks incredible. Looking at the horizon is really mesmerizing. Properly But yeah, in terms of gameplay and whatever, it's just like, oh yeah, I've done this before. I mean,
That's right.
it's a better one.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
definitely
different. Yeah.
definitely an improvement from Zero Dawn. Like, you can like climb more. You can climb more stuff around the open world now, and yeah, you have the Breath of the Wild style, like the glider down there, right?
Yeah.
Combat has been expanded, more weapons, different kinds of weapon, more elements to play around. The world building is still fantastic, especially if you like the idea of an Optimus future after failure of a rampant AI, which is pretty close to home.
Ironically, yeah.
An optimist future of a rampant AI apocalypse is a future optimist post apocalypse.
But what about the I want to say that it's not the Dark Horse because you know what it is. You where does God of War stand? Will it sweep everything?
I was surprised if it isn't, because the people voting, the weight of the vote here is on the critics, and critics love God of War Ragnarok.
No, that it's a shame Horizon released a week because of the tight schedule between Horizon and Gran Turismo. Yeah, it's a shame that it released the same week as Elden Ring. It should have, if it released like January, maybe a month before, I think it would get more acclaim.
I say May would have been a fantastic time for this game.
This May was empty, yeah.
If you ask me, I think okay, cool. I'll stick with God of War Ragnarok.
And then
Same.
Stray.
No, same. I mean, God of War.
God of War. I mean, yeah, you cannot beat Daddy Christos and his fight.
I mean, we'll see.
YB Odin.
Shout out to YB Odin. Never listen to his lies.
YB Odin.
You know what's fun? You know what's funny? The character, the actor that portrays Odin in God of War Ragnarok is literally the guy that was in the West Wing. So that explains a lot. That's why he feels like a politician. Because
he's a politician.
He has played
was a politician.
In another life he was. My God, like, oh man. Like, if you are just figuring, if you are a young voter, listen to Odin and look at how he portrays himself and look at how people think about him, and that's how a politician might be. So beware. I mean, take their words, but beware. There might be like stuff that you don't see. Anyways, let's see what game of the year has in store. Oh my God.
Yeah, mostly the same. So I shall now again go from right to left with a new edition from Nintendo and Monolith Soft. We have Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Again, from Annapurna, we have Street. Then we have Guerrilla Games and Sony, Horizon Forbidden West, Sony Santa Monica, God of War Ragnarok. Oh, here it is, the big boy himself. From Software and Bandai Namco presents Elden Ring. And lastly, we have the A Plague Tale Requiem from Asobo Studios.
You know what's surprising?
Yeah.
This is the first of the one we selected, and this is the first appearance of Elden Ring. Because all five. Because they are not nominated for Best Action Adventure. They went to Best RPG. Yeah, fair enough. But
it's fair.
I mean fair for Elden Ring, but not fair for the rest of the Best RPG nominations.
I have to check. Okay, let me check.
I don't think anyone can contest Elden Ring unless Xenoblade Chronicles have another C.
Unless the Nintendo cut comes out. Oh, we gotta beat
The rest, Elden Ring appeared in like narrative, art direction, score, music, audio design. So all the for us superfluous. For us, doesn't count. Okay,
I'm
back.
not looking enough at Danial before that. I'm looking at best RPG kan. Besides Elden Ring, do we have enough? This is a Nintendo and this is just all Japanese. Ironically enough, yeah, just all Japanese lineup because we have Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Arceus. Pretty good choice by the way. I really like the game. Triangle Strategy and Xenoblade Chronicles. So yeah, okay lah. RPG is not that bad. So Game of the Year, we return that back.
Hold on, back on that point. You know why all of them are JRPGs? Because
There's no.
Midnight Suns is not qualified.
Fuck yeah! That means the cutoff day is November.
Imagine Midnight Suns made the cut.
Yeah, I think the cut day is in November or October.
And this is the thing. I believe Midnight Suns will surprise people because it's not in any of the big awards because it's releasing in freaking December. But I'm gonna see. Let's see how it goes. I think people are gonna be surprised with Midnight Suns.
Yeah, so we return back to the Game of the Year.
Game of the Year, yeah. back.
Oh, this is quite hard. Okay. Alright, so I think like we go from the lowest chances to highest chance. So lowest chance will be A Plague Tale, Requiem. They had to put an Xbox game somewhere.
Oh my god.
They had to put one Xbox game at least to make it fair.
And then that goes to Xenoblade Chronicles as well.
They also need to put a Nintendo game in there as well.
And then for the indie quota, you got Stray.
Yeah. For the indie quota, we have Stray.
I don't know Horizon Forbidden West should have been there, but sure.
I don't think like that's the problem. Like it's The Last of Us Part 2 once again now. Like it's a good game, but it's not Game of the Year, fellas. It's not it. It's a good action game, yeah. It's a good action adventure game. It's a good open world sandboxy game.
Is there an open world category?
Nope.
Wow, they didn't have an open. No,
I think
best open world
it should be.
Is gonna best open world is gonna be Horizon Forbidden West if there is one, but unfortunately there isn't.
Okay. Let's say there's an open world game. There's only 3 games that's open world this year.
Elden Ring, Horizon, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Those 3. So like, you just are you trying to event another trophy for Elden Ring to win?
Okay, anyway, let's put it aside. Okay, Horizon is the lowest chance, I believe, if you're gonna go there.
Lowest chance would be Plague Tale, Requiem, and Xenoblade Chronicles. That's the lowest. That is, I want to go around 25 to 30%, and then 35% I go for Stray. Come on, cat. Come on, Orange Cat. Do malice.
Come on, Oyen.
Yeah, do mischievous things, and you will win.
You know what? It can swing 3 ways. It's either the easy answer is Elden Ring. The critical answer, the critics awards is gonna go to God of War.
Yeah.
But the wild card,
the wild card is the cat.
Yep, Stray is gonna be a wild card. Either people are gonna love Stray.
The one yang ambil, let's say lah, in the event in 9 December kan, Stray won. I hope an actual orange cat grabs the trophy and then breaks it immediately.
They actually bring a cat to come along, walk around and go on stage.
And the cat has to wait 2 hours. The cat has to wait two freaking hours in a cage probably.
Oh man,
while everybody's clapping and all. My god, that's hell.
They zoom into the cat to the clapping and then you see one guy having to hold the cat. The cat is just there. The orange cat is just there waiting. Anyway, but but I think we just have to cast a vote. Like just for the beat to work. So that once we see the real reward, the result, we can see who got it right. I'll still say God of War Ragnarok because most likely. But I would be pleasantly surprised if I'm wrong. So
okay, Anand, what about you? Is it the Elden Ring?
I'll pick Elden Ring.
I
mean, of course, like There's a tendency to pick God of War because of recency bias most of the time. But when it comes to just, you know, from soft delivering a Souls experience for everyone,
Basically.
Elden Ring. Democratizing the Souls experience.
No, okay lah. So if you take the red team and the blue team, I shall now take.
I can see.
I think like if in the Malaysia kan, there is one for those listeners outside of Malaysia kan, there is one team that is essentially just a bull. There is the Socialist Party. I shall be the Socialist here. I shall pick the cat. Three. Can have to support the animals.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll time travel and see how the results go from here.
Yeah, I don't think the next episode that you can hear us will be the day, literally the day after. So.
And this is Meck from the future with the results of the Game Awards 2022. Best Sports Racing went to Gran Turismo 7. Everybody lost. Best Indie went to Stray. Daniel got that right. Games for Impact went to As Dusk Falls. I believe everyone didn't get that right. Best Action Adventure went to God of War Ragnarok. So Meck and Anan was correct. And Game of the Year went to Elden Ring. So Anan was correct. And by these 5 choices, 5 of the things that we bet, Anan was the big winner of the night. So yeah, and back to the past. And there you go. And now we travel back into the present. And yeah, that's the Game Awards.
Wow. Wow. I didn't expect, but it was half expected, but half didn't expect. But it is what it is.
Interesting
Another
results.
Another Jeff Keighley special.
What a special. But yeah, that's the end of this podcast, time travel aside. And no, what do we do now? Oh no. Oh, we have to time travel back yet. So for the thumbnails, because we haven't confirmed everything yet.
Oh no.
Oh no. So that's gonna be time traveling. Okay, never mind. And we're back with social links. Social links.
Hey, social
Daniel.
links. I'll go first. Congrats. Good news. Twitter's not dead yet, so I can now show my Twitter again.
Yet.
It's not dead yet. At the time of our time traveling shenanigans, it's not dead yet. Weird stuff Elon's doing, but okay, takpe. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at FL4KY. I have a few reviews already come out at this point. It is Call of Duty, if you want to read that. Need For Speed as well, if you want to read that as well. And another racing game, WRC Generation. So 3 at this point. Junction. Hopefully, maybe. If any case can, that's my projects there. Okay. And then
also Twitter's not dead yet. So you can find me drop near DR4 UPN1R, DR4 UPN1R. I mean, okay, a bit of a tangent. It shows the resiliency of the infrastructure on Twitter. Thank you to the engineers that has been fired. I don't know how long it will last, but let's enjoy while it lasts.
It's like it might be like the Roman Colosseum though. It's already like around crumbling, but it's still there.
It's still there. It's gonna be patched with like duct tapes and everything, but it's still gonna be there. Meck.
And I am Amiral Mekronos Ashraf, Meckronos. Follow me while you can on Twitter.
Wait for our OnlyFans if Twitter.
Oh man, finally. There should be a review of Marvel's Midnight Suns on GamerMatters.com by the time you hear this. And that should be it for me. But that's not it for us. Because the next time you'll be hearing, it should be in December. And it should be the 2022 Gamer Matters Game of the Year Awards.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hopefully, the previous Game Awards discussion has warmed us up with our own awards ceremony. But not really a ceremony because we're gonna show you all the dirty details of like arguing and bickering and figuring out who is deserved more of the award compared to the other. I mean, there are like many games that the Game Awards are not nominating that is on our radar and on our award show. So be sure to tune in for a long discussion of video games and celebrating video games that came out in this year, the good year of 2022, which is coming up to a closely.
Yeah. Hope. It's a good thing we got the Hope 2.0.
Yeah, and with all the time traveling shenanigans set aside, that should be it. That's dia.log, the Game Matters podcast. And
Hope is coming home. I hope.
It's coming home.
Coming home. I should learn Japanese. What is Japanese is coming home?
Arimasen. No.
It's Cairo.
Oh, Kairi.
Cairo, let's go home. Cairo.
Tadaima.